Hey everybody, this is Paul, 125 Roller Coaster Challenge here at Dorney Park in Allentown, Pennsylvania. And we are going to do or explore the Wildwater Kingdom. So as you can tell, Carnival is coming soon here. So when you first get into Dorney Park there, right there's the entrance. Go over to the right and you're going to come right to Wildwater Kingdom. Now historically this used to be two parks, if you can believe it. But probably about 20 years ago when Cedar Fair took over and such, they kind of changed that all up there and made it one big park. And of course, you're going to go right under probably the best ride here, Talon, to get into Wildwater Kingdom. So let's check it out here now. Just like Six Flags, Cedar Fair decides they have to blare music. So I'm pretty sure copyrights are going to be all screwed up here, but we're going to do what we can do. All right. So when you come in here over to the right, you're going to see a boathouse right away, where you can pick up all the supplies that you need. And of course here you got cotton candy, but of course you got the hats that you need and all those other kind of things, sunglasses and drinks and flip-flops. So if you go over here to your left, you're going to go into the restrooms and then the changing area with lockers. We're going to go to the right here and we're going to go into the old gate that they had here. So first thing you're going to see when you come over to your left is Trade Winds, which is their gift and souvenir shop. But as soon as you come in from the front there, you're going to come right to this. Pretty much this is the wave pool. Now this is actually Wildwater Cove, and this was actually a newer wave pool here. I've actually never been inside this wave pool because later on you're going to see the original wave pool, and it's a little bit bigger and stuff. But this is the first water park I've ever been to that actually has two wave pools. All right. And there's Talon going up. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go straight here by the subway, and we're going to take you to the back of the water park and then through the entire area and then back out over by the where Talon's entrance is. So you come over here, just like they have two wave pools, they actually got two lazy rivers. This is one of the other lazy rivers that they have here at the park. So while a lot of water parks, you know, have limited capacity, this is really a huge water park. Probably the biggest one that we've ever done an explore video out there. Now like this, they actually blocked it off. Usually you don't see that, but they actually blocked it off so people don't get stuck into that section there. All right, so here we are. We're coming to one of the first slide complexes. And it's kind of neat because if you look over here, the lazy river is actually raised up more. It's on a different tier than these rides here. But so here, this is a tube complex here, and they got numerous tubes. We got red, white, and blue. So I'm sure this is the Patriot Plunge, I believe this one is. But over here, if you look over to your right, as soon as you come in here, you actually have a splash landing. And this is great for little kids. Little kids can just lay there. They do have big umbrellas and stuff like that, but mostly this is little puddles for the kids to splash in. Now we're here on a Thursday, so we don't have as many kids as usual, but it is called Splash Landing. All right, there comes one of the tubes. Let's check out this real quick here. There we go. I'm just setting up my... This is a great view of the slides there. So you actually have a, it looks like it was red at one point there, but it looks like it's faded to an orange. So let's see what this one is called quick. I was right, Patriot's Plunge. So, little inside information, I've been coming to Dorney Park for many, many years. So, that's how I knew that was the Patriot Plunge. Now, if you look above us here as we go by in this main area, that's the Aquablast. Now, the Aquablast is the one that has those giant family-sized tubes. One of the bigger tubes that you're ever going to see. But what we're going to do is we're going to hook over here to the right. This is one of the newer areas that they did. And they made their own little splash zone. I think it's the best way to call it. But as we go over here, this is the second lazy river. Like I said, Dorney Park is big enough that there's actually numerous lazy rivers here. And here you can see a good shot of Aquablast. Aquablast is one that basically you fit like six or eight people in the tube, and you go down and you get all these big tubes on that end. Now, one thing about Dorney Park is they got a lot of waterfalls for the lazy river and everything. I'm just going to say it's probably one of the best water parks we've ever been to. So we're going to Seaside Splashworks. So this is one of the newer attractions that they did here at Dorney Park. Right before the pandemic, I think this was slated to open. But yet again, here's the lazy river. Notice you got, the mushrooms and all that stuff. So right before you get to the splash area, you have another kids section here. This is probably one of the best places for kids. So over here, this is called Welcome to Seaside Splashworks. And this is all for little kids here. You can see there's little tubes and everything. But we also have the big one for more adults here. And this is the Seaside Splashworks I told you about. This is one of the newer attractions, just opened up in 2020, 2021. And of course you got the bucket right there. Waiting for that bucket to open up here, but as you can tell, this has a lot of different things. Got little buckets going. Waiting for that big bucket to go. It's got two pouring spouts, so you figure it should flip fairly soon. Wow, that blue one's going crazy. But up here is the sun deck. I'm going to go back across this way and go back up to the older part of the park. Yeah, again, we're going to go over the lazy river. And in the distance there, you see a mat ride. I'm really determined to get that bucket to pour. This gives you a good view of the entire Splashworks area. All right, I don't think that bucket's going to go, so let's head on down this way by the lazy river. And we're going to go back up the way we came and show you another kids section that they have. Now, of course, like most amusement parks, you also have places to eat. And this is a kids cafe that has hot dogs, nachos, and of course, one of my personal favorites, mac and cheese. So we're going to head up this way because we don't want to miss any aspects of this amazing park. But look at all these different slide towers. That's the drop towers thing there. The other good thing about this location is they have a lot of restrooms, a lot of food places, and a lot of kids area. We've already seen the splash zone, we've seen the splash waterworks. Here is Kids Cove. So the Kids Cove is just really one attraction here, but it's kind of a neat one there. I know my brother's kids play on this all the time. And it's a big submarine being attacked by a giant octopus. And it looks like you got crayons that actually are popping up here. So this is a great little kids area here. And one thing I like about the kids areas are they're all fenced in. So really once the kids are in there, it makes it a lot easier to keep an eye on them. You don't have to worry about them like running out the back or anything. All right, so we're going to go over to the far end here. You can see the Patriot Plunge in front of you there. But right over here is Wildwater Rapids. So as you can see, Patriot Plunge is right over there, and that's the ones with the rafts. These are body slides called Wildwater Rapids. And you got two dark ones. You have the yellow one that's been around forever, the green one, and then you got two middle ones. So of course the yellow, D, and A are dark ones, and then you've got orange and blue that are open air, so you can actually enjoy that. So that's what's back there. And there's the octopus. Good shot of the octopus there in Kids Cove. Now here you got two more. You got Cascade, which is another body slide one. And then you got Aquablast. This is where you find Aquablast. That is the big one there, that right in front of us there. It's all there. Now, Lollipop Lagoon. Now this is historic for me because this is where my kids fell in love with water rides. Because this is where we would go all the time for basically my kids to run and play, and now my brother's kids to run and play. So you got the little turtle there, you got mushrooms, you got a little island in the middle. And just like I mentioned before, these are all roped off with places for people to sit, so you don't have to worry about the kids running off. You got the alligator, that, you got the frog slide. Let me go over to the frog slides. But all in all, this is a great area for kids. This is where my kids basically grew up enjoying water parks. All right, so we're done with the two kids sections, mainly because yeah, these are pretty much closed off. So when you're in the kids sections, you don't have anywhere else to really go because of the fencing to keep the kids in. But it is nice that you have these two attractions right next to each other, so the kids, families can just come back here and spend the rest of the day. All right. So now we're heading over to some of the other locations. There's another slide tower there. Yet again, this water park is huge compared to a lot of the other ones that we've done. So to give you a point of reference, over there is Seaside Splashworks that we just left. So we went across that bridge. Right there's the lazy river. And there's a kids cafe. So we're kind of backtracking now. But it feels like you almost have to go the one direction to go the other. So now we're at the far end of the park, and we're going to start walking our way back up towards the front of the park. And here is the snake pit. So the snake pit is Python Plummet and Constrictor Boa Blaster, and these are the drop slides. So these are the ones where you go up to the top. I'll show you real quick here. Go up to the top there, and the floor drops out, and you shoot down those tubes. Not really my cup of tea, but people do seem to enjoy them. And right here is the lazy river. And this is actually the entrance to the second lazy river. This one's the better one, we think, because they've got the mushrooms and all the water cascading and all that. And this is called, what is this one called? Well, right up here I'll be able to tell you. Now here's another tube slide complex. And this one seems to be a little bit simpler than others, as you can tell. So it looks like you got two big slides there. And then you've got a dark one that comes in here. So we'll wait for a second here. A lot of tubes here today. But there you go, you got somebody going through the drop tube and all that. So we're gonna head over this way here. Wildwater River, that is the second water park ride, Lazy River. That's the name of it there. Now here you got the speed slide. Now speed slides I'm not a huge fan of. This actually is just a mat ride. Now this has been here forever. You can tell it's one of the older complexes here. So, let's see here. Actually, I don't know if these are mats. These might actually be bareback. But you don't go into a pool. Like most of the other ones, you go into a pool. This one, you seem to just slide down on your butt. So we're going to head back over this way. Now here is where you go for the snake pit. So the drop tower, the drop slides, they actually end right here. That is the one thing about Dorney Park is you enter and you exit parks at different locations for the rides. All right, now we're heading back towards Dorney Park, and you can tell that because you can see Talon in the foreground there. But let's take a quick little look here at just the entanglement of slides in this one section is amazing. All right, so as we keep going, we're gonna head over here. And while I thought the speed slide was actually the mat ride, that is not correct. That is actually the ride that's right here, called Aqua Racer. And you can tell because kids are running by with mats. And this is what Aqua Racer is. See if we can get a couple people coming down. Seems like we're kind of missing that today. Okay, they're getting all set up there. So we're going to walk a little bit farther over here. Now these are some of our favorite slides. For years we've been coming here. These are body slides and a lot of fun body slides. And we like them even though they do not actually drop you into a pool anymore. But this is Aqua Racer. Let's go get a look at Aqua Racer going. Seems to take a lot of time for people to come down. But this is another one of the original rides. So behind it you got the speed slide that I talked about before. And then here is a good view while we wait for the mats to go. That is a good slide of the drop slides. And here they come. Here comes the mat racer. There you go. All right, now we come over here, Jumping Jack Splash. Now these are one of our favorite attractions here. That's these old traditional body slides here, which, you know, they're not really as popular as they used to be, but we love that. And then over here you got, of course, Walking Tacos, and you got 2 Scoops of Paradise. But you got the Runaway River, which is, if you remember when you first came in, that was the lazy river that we first saw. So now we're going to come over here real quick here, because I did mention before that there is actually 2 wave pools. And this one back here is the original wave pool. This is one that we always go to. We always enjoy these. Some of our favorite memories are here of this wave pool. It's a great wave pool. We really enjoy the wave pool. So let me get you a good shot of that. This one just seems to have bigger waves than the newer one that's towards the front. But what I like about it is that you can, here of course you got all the chairs, but you also have, if you go back there, you actually have a grassy area that you actually sit and enjoy. So this is the main wave pool. So what we want to show you then too is if you come back here, this is the main food area that they have. There's a Rita's, and over here is Chickies and Pete's and Smuggler snacks, burgers, and chicken strips and all that. Now there's one last little section we want to show you before we leave this part, and that is, as you can tell, there's Talon right in front of us. So there's a couple things that we missed when we first came in. We went to the right, we went straight, but here's what happens when you actually go to the left when you come in. And you got Papa Luigi's Pizza, so you got food services right here. And the last thing I want to show you, because we're coming over to the lockers that we showed you earlier, but right here, this is Tidal Wave Cafe. So the one thing that Cedar Fair has been doing now is they've been having a new kind of meal plan. And here you actually get your choice of pulled pork, shrimp, beef briskets, chicken tenders, and gourmet mac and cheese. So if you have a meal plan, that's where you want to go, because that gives you the most bang for your buck. So over there, that takes you back to the other wave pool. And I promised you I was going to show you the other way to get into the water park. And we're going to exit that way, which is on the other side of the original wave pool. So if you look over to your right, you'll see the Jumping Jack Splash, smaller body slides. Right in front of us is the Aqua Racer. And then that path over there takes you back to the other sections. And here we are over at the wave pool. But now we're going to hug this area here with the food. Yet again, Smuggler's snacks. And then of course you have another bathroom. And we can get life jackets. They have the different sizes for the kids. Now the one thing I didn't notice is that this park definitely has a lot more louder music than usual. But over here you got Rita's, because we are close to Philadelphia, and Chickies and Pete's and Rita's are a must-have. So here's the wave pool. There's the giant umbrellas I was telling you about, which is a great place to actually kick back and relax. But let me show you how to get into the water park through this way, which is always less crowded, a lot easier to come in and out of the water park. So as we come out this way, you're going to see right here going back into the park. Remember, this used to be 2 separate parks. in the 80s and 90s. And I want to show you where this pops you out at. So if you ever want to beat the crowds in the morning, this is where you want to go. You want to dodge the train here. You can get stuck here at the train, so if it's open, make sure you dart across. But that was Wildwater Kingdom at Dorney Park. Yet again, probably the best water park that we've ever really gone to. So we're going to head over here. As you can tell, this path is very isolated because not many people realize that there's two ways to get into the water park. But we wanted to show you this because, yet again, it's an easy way to get in and out. You don't have to spend your whole time. So when you come across here, you're actually going to come to Thunder Creek Canyon, which is their wild water ride, the raft ride, which is a fantastic ride, by the way. So if you head towards Thunder Creek, this is what's going to take you to the water park. So this is Paul, 125 Roller Coaster Challenge here at Wildwater Kingdom, and we just explored Wildwater Kingdom at Dorney Park in Allentown, Pennsylvania.